Once again, guys, we're on the road with the bigger gooseneck trailer today to grab a tractor. We're again in eastern Colorado. Only going about 20 miles from where I got the last John Deere 4020 I was out here from to pick up another 4020 John Deere. So we'll see what it is. It's very similar, but has some added benefits for sure. But we're gonna go grab that one and get it up on the deck and head home. Should be, I don't think it's quite gonna be as nice as the last one, but it's got other good things going on. And if my phone's a little shaky, blame the Colorado interstate. It's rough as hell. Well, we're loaded up and ready to head home. This one, nice one. Fire dried up, 4020 standard diesel, 60, not really actually sure what year it is currently. Haven't looked at the serial number. Pretty sure that's a bush hog loader. Pretty sure, not 100% sure, but pretty sure. It's a standard, but it's got the adjustable front end, which is interesting to say the least, but that was an option on the Wheatland standards. Egging cab again, and it must be a thing with tractors in this area, but that's an M&W turbo under the hood, so awesome. Hour meter reads 5,400 hours, I thought. 50-some hundred hours. I'll have to look again. Can't even remember if it was working. But big rubber, one brand new Firestone rear tire. The other one is probably gonna need to be replaced fairly soon, but big girl. Really nice and straight. Big fenders again. Front end on this one isn't stoved in like the last 4020 standard. Got a few little dents and digs, but not too bad. But she's a pretty damn solid rig. I have nothing wrong with this one. I think the cab might stay on this one. I have the glass that is broken on my other egging tractor cabs. We'll put that in there. Bush hog loader will come off the minute it rolls off the trailer at home. I don't want it. It is for sale if you need a bush hog loader. Let's clean that off. I can't read that. Work on that in a minute. But yeah, this one I have the side panels for it down here, which is awesome. It is a diff lock tractor, dual remote. This one has 5,200 hours, so less than the last one actually. So that's cool. Everything here in here is pretty nice. She has a battery disconnect in it. Doubt. Well, it looks like the heater's still hooked up. Who knows if it actually works? But yeah, she's pretty damn nice old girl. Pretty tickled about this one too, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna get home, I guess. We'll have to clean that serial number plate off and see what year it is. But I'd guess 66, 67 again, because that's kind of seems like what all the 4020s I find in this area are. But she's nice. I'm tickled with this one. We'll get on the road. Needs front tires. That's not unexpected, but we'll get those put on and let's head home. We're kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, and honestly that's perfect. I love buying tractors out here. Well, we made it back to the machinery lot. It's Monday morning now. This tire was leaking. I picked it up and knew it. I took the air out of it and just set it down on the trailer. That way I made sure all my chains were tight. It popped off the bead sitting here on the trailer, so I'll have to deal with that. But we're gonna see if this girl fires off. It's 25-ish degrees out right now. Not as cold as it has been, because it's been pretty much negative something every morning for the last couple weeks. But we're gonna see if this thing will fire up. Then I can use a loader to lift up the front end of the tractor and put on a different tire, hopefully. Hopefully. It's nice enough to put a disconnect in this thing, so that is really slick. Guess we'll see what happens here. Well, smokes a lot. Don't see a can of starting fluid floating around in here, so that's unfortunate. We'll let it sit for a second. Crank again here. I guess. we'll go find some starting fluid and come back. Yeah, it's really nice that John Deere is so dedicated to ether and starting fluid. They made that handy little thing to. Well, I wasn't that bad once it got a little liquid encouragement, so I'll let it sit here and warm up for a minute. Sounds good. So, our 20-degree morning. Well, I ripped the loader off down the machinery lot and loaded it back up on the trailer and brought it here to the farm. So we're working on taking the brackets off out here in the snow because it's like, I don't know, 30 some odd degrees out and it's a heat wave and it's nice out here to work. So we'll work out here to get some sun. But I'm gonna drop this loader mount here. I already got one on the ground. Then we gotta figure out how to reattach this battery box that's kind of cobbled up, but it'll do. We'll get it reattached back to the tractor, and then, yeah, need to find a rim and tire to put on there so I can move it around till the new tires show up. And now we decide what to do with it. It's a 66 model. We got to put front tires on it. I think I'll probably do the same paint treatment, but the real question is here, do we leave the cab? I caught a lot of hate last time about taking the cab off, so I'm really debating on just leaving this thing on and big and ugly and doing the paint treatment like I did on the last 4020. Also kind of debating on front tires. I have another set of 16-inch rims on the tractor here, so we could put, 10/116s back on it. But I was also sort of thinking about a set of 11L15 4 ribs, which would be wider. And I know these pickup tires are a bad representation, but it'd get the front stance bigger, which would be good. I just don't know. Kind of trying to decide what to do. It's going to get a full service. I know the hydraulic pump is making noise, so the bushings are probably need to be replaced in it. It needs a full service. Kind of sounds like I need to put an exhaust manifold gasket set in it by the sound of things and by the fact there's a little, you can see bubbles around one of the manifold gaskets. But, she's not too bad overall. I got to figure tires out on the rear. I have one brand new 23-130 Firestone Field and Road here. And the other side is a cracked, probably original to the tractor Co-op tire. And that Co-op tire, unfortunately, needs to go because it doesn't match this Firestone very well at all. But a new Firestone's $2,300 if I can find one. So I'm kind of trying to maybe find a set of 23-130s off that it's good match set off like a Combine or something. There's a lot of those size tires on Massey's and Gleaners. So might get lucky. Kind of trying to decide what to do there. Cab. There's 4 pieces of glass here that are cracked, and thankfully none of those are cracked on my other egging cab, so we'll swap them into this. Lights aren't currently working. We can figure that out. Here's that other Co-op tire. She's got cracks in it and whatnot, and I just hate it when tires don't match. It makes the tractor harder to sell when tires don't match too. But yeah, I don't know. Our meter reads 50-98. And that's not very much drawbar hole wear at all. Then you come in here, you look at the brake and clutch pedal wear and the throttle pedal wear, and that's pretty minimal. So we're gonna believe this is a 5,300-hour tractor. And our meter works. It's not beat up like a 15,000-hour tractor would be. So I don't know. But yeah, she's gonna need cleaned up some. Thankfully, it's got the 540 PTO shaft in it on the back instead of 1000 like the other one. Dual remotes, we talked about that. It does have the diff lock pedal down here on the floor, which is awesome. That helps a hell of a lot. Just option-wise, having dual remotes and diff lock. I know it doesn't have a 3-point, but who the hell is going to put this on a 3-point rotary mower? Everybody always bitches about needing 3 points on these old tractors. Then they never use them for 3-point stuff, so I don't know. Kind of a useless argument to me. But yeah, and I actually traded the other 4020 to a buddy of mine for a tractor of his, and it's sitting down in the barn, so we should probably walk down there and take a look at that here in a second. But yeah, she's pretty nice. I need to change oil and filters. Got a John Deere factory or John Deere add-on coolant heater, which is really cool. Did come with the side panels that look really nice on here. She's gonna clean up pretty good. I have a factory style pre-cleaner we'll put on. That pipe is special because it's clamped on right there, but there's also another clamp down underneath on the turbo elbow. So we're just gonna I'll probably figure out whatever dimension that is and change that sucker out. This hood's not beat at all like the other. Probably gonna get a new set of stripes from Allstate. I got a cart going of things I'm gonna need. Just get this girl looking better. But she's pretty straight and pretty cherry. I don't quite understand this paint deal here. If somebody was like started to paint this tractor and quit or what, you never know what an old man was gonna do. Old men love to paint things. I wish it didn't have the marks from the loader on the side, but what are you gonna do there? Could, if I really cared, throw some paint on that, but I'm not going to. You know I'm not going to. But I don't know. She's looking pretty spiffy in my opinion. Need to build a battery box. This is not okay. He's got a disconnect over here in the cab, which is cool. I really hate the cables running there, so I might have to figure something else out there too, but could probably stand a battery box. Don't understand why there's a hole here and they sheet metal screwed that back on there. That's kind of special, but she's pretty good. We should probably go walk down and see what's in the barn as far as a trade-in for the other 4020. So we'll walk down and do that now. Well, I got the barn doors opened up. This was the trade-in. It's a Canadian tractor originally. Had a cab on it originally. And it came by way of Pennsylvania. I helped get it here. Buddy and I just did some trading around. I owed him a little money. And he wanted me to find him a tractor. We do a lot of trading and stuff. Pretty common. Like I think we've done half a dozen tractors or more in the last 2 or 3 years. But we brought this 1066 diesel in out of Pennsylvania from Restoration Tractor Sales. Jesse at Restoration Tractor Sales. Really nice tractor. Was originally a cab 1066. I think it was out of Alberta, if I remember correctly. It's on this key ring on the tractor. Yep. Murnum, Alberta, I believe. Yeah, that's where it came from. Okay, well, I would assume it came from near there. But really nice tractor. Had 18438 Chinese tires on the back. Really good runner. Obviously does not have a 3-point because it's Canadian. Has a PTO, dual remote, which I converted to ISO for him once it got here, just because the IH remotes are annoying as hell. But she's a really nice appearing 1066. Starts up and runs really good. Steering's tight on it. TA works. All the lights work. That's what we took in on trade. So I'll have to do something with this. List it for sale probably. Sooner rather than later, I would bet. It's just pretty damn straight old girl. Nothing, it's just a typical 1066 except for the fact that it doesn't have a 3-point, which throws a hell of a lot of people off. Doesn't really bother us in this area because we don't do that much 3-point work really. Most of our stuff's drawbar, and that's what he was doing. He was pulling a little disc with it down at his place, and I think he got it there, wanted to pull a disc, didn't have enough traction. So I had these set of duals here and hubs. We put them on, and he put all new tires on the back. Could probably use some new front tires, but just pretty damn nice old thing. Fits in good around here, I'd say. But no 3-point at all. Doesn't bother us. Because, yeah, we're just wanting to drag stuff around generally. 3-point stuff. We never really had 3-point stuff in this area because it was wheat, Milo country, and now that we're growing corn, most of us is big drawbar planters. We don't have small 3-point equipment. The 3-point stuff was down in the bottom ground and flood around here. But our meter reads 7,900. It's a 73 model if I remember correctly. But, oh. Starter might need replaced. But it's 32 degrees out right now, 33 degrees out. And fired up pretty darn nice, so that's really cool. Charging, started charging. So yeah, built oil pressure right up. That lever's a little floppy there, but that's not uncommon. Missing the plate right there, but I can drop that off a parts tractor. It's pretty nice. Nice old 1066. It's got brand new fenders on it, as you can tell. I'll probably work on getting the paint shined up a little bit on it here in the next few days, and probably price it with or without the duals on it, honestly. They're brand new VKTs on the back. So, but she's pretty cool. I've never actually owned a 1066 gear drive. I have a 1066 hydro, but you know, just really nice old tractor. So it'll be for sale sometime soon. And I guess while we're in here, we can walk around. Got a Case 1816 skid loader that I know needs a starter. It's on my to-do list. 666 diesel gear drive. Got this in Oakley, Kansas 2 years ago. Didn't have fenders on it. Had a GB 900 high lift loader on it. Took that off, put fenders on it. Did have the roll bar, and we used it last year to pull the feed wagon, and I used it for other random stuff, digging post holes and things like that. Really good running tractor. Not a ton of hours. Kind of a really uncommon tractor in this area, just because it's too small for this area. You know, most of the time 966s are bigger. We used to have a 766 around here, and that's pretty uncommon too. Then this is my 544 diesel. It's a 72 model or 71 model gear drive. I got this out of Kentucky. I think it was sold new out of Ohio. This tractor and I have a really, really love-hate relationship. I picked this up on my birthday 3 years ago in Kentucky. Drove out there, got it, went and saw some buddies in Indiana, drove to Wisconsin, did some other business, and then came home. This tractor, I went to have the injection pump put in it at the local shop, and the cam bearings, or the injection pump wasn't lining up right with everything. The gears in the timing gears in the front were all lining up and everything. And come to find out, this tractor needed a lot of motor work. And I have like 10 grand in the motor on this tractor. Really fun tractor. We used it to drill feed last year on a 10-foot drill. Was fun. Really smooth little 4-cylinder German diesel. Love it to death. Just drives me crazy. 660 diesel we got out of Sedgwick, Kansas in like, I don't know, 2011, 2012. It's TA delete on 23-126 rubber. Foot clutch, hand clutch was an option on these guys. Great running tractor. I've taken it to a tractor pull before. It's honestly too heavy to be competitive because of the big cast center wheels. I can't get underneath 10,000 pounds with it, so it's hard to be competitive with that big girl. 4166 you have seen in the field and pulled. Actually, this tractor and this tractor both came from my buddy. We, again, have done trading around, and so that I actually traded the 766 to him for this, come to think of it. So we've seen that girl, 72 or 71 model, I think. Fun tractor to run. This is actually a New Holland self-propelled baler that's sold and supposed to go to California sometime before March. Otherwise, it is mine again. Got it on an auction up in Kearney, Nebraska. Runs and drives, is totally operational. Really, really cool. Nice rig you rarely see. And that's kind of a fun one. Really nice, really shed kept. Probably should have bought the New Holland stack liner that sold that day too. It's got a 4-cylinder Ford gas motor in it. Just a really slick, hard to find machine that you don't see very often. Wire tie, which sucks. Wish it was twine tie, otherwise I'd probably keep it. But that's a pretty fun rig. I don't really know what year it is, honestly. This is Dad and I's 886 diesel. think it's a 78 model. We got it out of Missouri. It's a 4-post roll bar. And that's why we bought it. We run it on that New Holland stack liner. You've seen it run that before. Nice rig. Need to fix a fuel leak on it sometime, but haven't had time to get around that. This is my 706 diesel, early diesel, 282. I got it just west here on a retirement auction. Was a wide front tractor, had a PTO in at that time. I took those off, and it is my pulling tractor. Taking some sort of antique tractor pulls around western Kansas and have fun with it. I usually pull in like 9,000, 9,500, and I think 8,500 pound class with it. Pretty competitive tractor, turns plenty of RPM, and I love the look of it. It's a nice straight tractor. It's an early 706 with the blackface tack that is still operational, which you rarely see, but pretty straight, makes a lot of noise with that straight pipe. Fun one to run. Just nothing too wild though. I mean, it's a 706. There's a lot of those. But that kind of concludes what's in the shed and what we're working on in the shop this week. 4020, probably gonna have 1066 in there later this week, or I might have to knock the duals off to make room in the shop for it. We'll probably pull this in and work on it too, but that's about it. We're gonna keep getting things done around here, and I don't know, it's starting to mist right now, and hopefully if it freezes up, could be interesting in the morning. But you guys have fun, have a good week, or weekend, or whenever I put this video out, to be honest. But go drag something out of the weeds and get it running.